guys. Right then, so I thought I would talk a little bit today and go through like my style and how I feel like my style has kind of developed. For the longest time I was like looking at other people's work and I was like, do you know what, I don't have a style. What is my style? I don't have a style. And for the longest time, I just didn't feel like I had a style. And then the other week, something in me clicked and I was like, I do have a style. I do have a style. And it just kind of clicked with me. And I thought I'd just sort of go through like my kind of my sketchbook a bit and show you. And then I thought we could do like a little, I could kind of show you like how to draw one of my creatures. So you've seen quite a lot of these if you've been around either here or on my Instagram or something for a while. You'll have seen quite a few of these. From time to time I do try and do something a little bit more realistic, like this fox or the green man, but generally speaking all of my characters are all quite simplistic. I tend to do just like little button eyes and little button noses and mouths, and I'm gonna say I can draw realistic faces if I spend a lot of time working at it. I can draw a realistic face ish. I wouldn't say like they're amazing realistic, but they're probably more realistic than not. But that's only if I, you know, really put a lot of energy and time into it and a lot of rubbing out. But I don't necessarily enjoy that. I really enjoy my simplistic little characters. And, you know, for a while I was kind of like, oh, you know, as an artist I should be doing these like realistic people and I should be, you know, creating this, that and the other. And it's like, actually, you need to step back and be like, no, this makes me happy. This is what I enjoy doing. This is what I like, you know. So that's what I'm going to do. And it's funny, isn't it, how you kind of feel like I'm doing the same thing over and over and over and again. I should be pushing myself. But who says you should be pushing yourself and who says you should be doing something different? This style makes me happy. I could do this over and over and over again. So why not do it over and over again, you know? If it makes you happy, oh, who sang that song? If it makes you happy, can't be that bad. Yeah, that one. So here I attempted to do a more realistic face, and it just wasn't going in the direction that I wanted it to go in. And so I gave myself like a little pep talk here. Look, stick with the style that you know and you are known for. So then like more. Push my sketchbook back a bit, so then more simple. So then she was born from her to her, more simplistic. So the other thing I feel like I've developed my style with this like simplistic looking face, but I also feel like I've developed my style with like elongated legs. Let's see if I can. Okay, so here we go. A little badger here with like this bulging tummy and the elongated legs and feet. I feel like that's kind of my style. Oh, that was for some design team stuff. Right, so let's go. Experimenting with faces. What was going on with that arm? I don't know. Right, so let's get through. You've seen quite a lot of these because these were all in like past collage sheets and things. Here we go. So simplistic faces again. So you can see, like, so at first I was like, you know when you look at other people's art and you're like, that's so-and-so's art, that's so-and-so's art, that's so-and-so's art. I was like, how would people recognise my art? And people have told me over and over again that my art is recognisable. But to me, I couldn't really see that. It's taken me quite a while to be able to like see my style, recognise my style. Yeah, it's taken a while. So, but I feel like, you know, my style is kind of there now, and I can now see it. And I don't know why, but it was really important to me. It was just really important to me. And it was actually, I was actually kind of feeling a bit kind of stressed out, a bit, not, that's probably the wrong word. No, it wasn't that. It wasn't playing on my mind that much, but I was a bit like, why haven't I got a style? Why can't I see that, you know? But now I can, and I feel a lot happier about stuff now that I can sort of see my style. And I look at this sketchbook and I feel like it's all quite cohesive. I feel like it's all different themes, but I feel like you can really tell that it is all me. Even when I start to do like characters with like real eyes rather than like, and real mouths rather than like little buttons, little black buttons, I feel like you can still tell that it's me. And I don't know, I feel really happy about that. I just feel like really, really at ease with that, and it's kind of, I don't know, it's really hard to explain. So, and the other thing I was talking about is like me legs and me tummies. Like, I feel like this hedgehog now looks like my badger that I just showed you did. Yeah, that's just, yeah. Here we go. So these are my Christmas characters. So I feel like they all kind of look cohesive. So like if we've got a bear and a penguin, but they kind of have the same sort of style. Like they've got that bulgy tummy, they've got the little legs and the feet, and I just feel like these two, looking at these two together, they're kind of the same. They're kind of the same but different, if you see what I mean. So I thought today we could have a go at giving it a go and seeing how should we draw a badger or should we do a fox? Because I did do a fox. I did do a fox, didn't I? Did you a fox? I tell you what, we'll do a fox and then you can draw your own, and then you can compare my fox to your fox, because you will have your own fox of mine. Although I can't remember what tier on the collage sheets I put that on. So let's draw a fox then, and then regardless of what tier you're on, I know that you'll have a fox. Let's see if I've got a page in here that I could perhaps. I intended to write on here, but I haven't got around to this one. This one I wanted to leave blank because I love how that looks on white. So yeah, you can see like, I feel like I look at this now and I go, yeah, that is me, that is my style. Oh, I've abandoned Inktober. I got stressed out. I haven't got any. Oh, okay, I'll start a new page then. I was thinking like I could nestle a fox in amongst some autumnal stuff, but I can't. So let's draw a foxy. So you're gonna want a pencil, obviously. Let's find a pencil. Here we go, HB pencil. Okay, so I always start with the head. Always start with head. Sometimes you will notice in some of my characters, like, let me see, I know I did it with this one. The elephant, I started too far down, and the proportions are kind of out, so she never got any feet, but she's almost got feet. So if I'd have started just a smidgen up higher, she would have had feet. But I don't mind that at all. I really like it sometimes that you don't have a complete character or a complete figure like over the whole page. I do quite like that, so that doesn't really worry me. So just like putting that out there, because there's a chance that we won't do feet. I'll make sure we do feet. So yeah, I always start with the head and work my way down. So with Foxy then, I'm gonna do him to the side, I think, rather than in the middle, because this is going straight into my journal rather than with collage sheets. So there's my mole. He's got the same sort of style, like it's a mole, but I think he also looks like the badger and he also looks like the hedgehog. Yeah, this one I started in the middle, and then, so I don't know what I'm going to do with her, like, in my journal. I might carry on, like, I might write around, right around, God, that's a mouthful. I might write around her or go back in. The reason I didn't do anything, like, background with her is because I wanted to put her in your collage sheets, and so I didn't want to do anything that I then have to, like, take out. So, like, with the mole, I had to kind of, like, this was a journal page that I kind of did for myself, so but I ended up giving you the illustration in your collage sheets, but I did have to cut all the purple around, so that's why I didn't with that. But yeah, I'm rambling, particularly I shouldn't ramble, particularly because I've got a little bit of a sore throat because little one's got a cold and she's sort of giving it to me a bit. So I'm going to start my fox to one side, I think, so that I've got some space on the other side that I can do something with. So start off at the top. So we're going to do like a little, like a 3/4 oval, I would say, a 3/4 size oval. It's sometimes, I sometimes find it hard, like going back and redoing something I've already drawn. Oh, there's a Paw Patrol rubber. I better not use a Paw Patrol rubber. I'll be in trouble. Did you get that? Be in trouble. No. Okay, so okay, so we've got my oval, and then from the oval, I'm gonna do like the jaggedy whiskers, but I need to know where the whiskers are going to go to. So the next, I'm going to kind of visualise where my nose is going to go to. So I'm just going to put like my nose in, and I quite like a big nose, and I might actually just bring those up for like the stripe, like the orangey bit, so we know we've got it in there. Okay, so then with these bits, I'm just going to go. I'm going to like. This bit's going to come out here, and then I'm going to join them up with some jaggedy bits. But I kind of want to make it look like it's all one, so. Oh, he's got on an angle. Like that-ish. There we go. It's hard to do and talk at the same time. Okay, so I'm just gonna put some little button eyes in, some little eyebrows, and then his ears, little curvy triangles. Okay, so we've got our little fox. We got our little foxy. Okie dokie. So we put him in a scarf I put him in a scarf in the collage sheets, and so do we really want to have him in a scarf again? What should we do? Because I'm thinking, do you want two of the same? Yeah, you probably do. I would use a scarf. I would use a foxy in a scarf over and over. Particularly like you know, doing this yourself, you can make it in your own colours and do it how you want. So yeah, I'm gonna do him in a scarf. So I had him in a really bundled up. So I'll tell you what we could do. We could put him in a hat. Let's put him in a hat. So I'm gonna rub off the ears. Okay, let's put him in a hat. So the hat, I think, would start down here. So I was gonna do like a curvy line. And another one over the top for like the rim. I always do like big rimmed hats like that, and then just bring that the top of the hat a bit up, just slightly above the head, not too far, and slightly a bit more pointier, and then we can put a bobble on the top. There we go. Oh, that's cute. So you've got a different, and just bring that hat line down and play with that hat line as you like it. That's cute. That's cool. So you've got something different now then. Okay, so yeah, scarf. I'm not going to give him such a chunky scarf. Just give him a bit of a. So the chunky scarf, I sort of bring right up here and bring it round. This one I'm going to start down here. So I'm just going to do. This HB pencil is quite rough and scratchy, and for me it is producing some really nice ASMR sound. Like just listening to the sound of the pencil, it's like, oh. Okay, so there he goes. He's got his scarf on. So you could just leave it like that if you just want like the head, which I very often do. Like, you know, I've just got like my hedgehog there with the head and hat, so you could leave it like that if you wanted to, or let's just keep going. Let's just do so the last hedgehog I did, for the hedgehog for your collage sheets, I put him in a jumper. This one I think we'll leave him naked. And that is kind of like the beauty with like when you're drawing animals, you can just leave them naked if you want to. Because animals are naked. So I always do like little little mitten hands. So pretend like they've got mittens on, but they haven't really. And just play with the proportions. Like, that's what I enjoy. That's what I enjoy, and how I've developed my style is I like to play with my proportions a little bit. So like skinny arms or fat arms or skinny legs, you know, long legs, little legs, that kind of thing. And then I'm going to bring his belly rounded. I think he has a white belly. Okay, now his legs. I'm going to do long legs, long thin legs, and his feet. So he's a bit of a sassy dude. And then one of the defining features of a fox, other than like the white and the orange stripe on the nose, is the tail. So to really make him look like a fox, he needs his tail. Give him a really big tail. He's quite proud of his tail. There he is. Okay, so he's drawn. I'm quite happy with him. I like quirky little sketches, I have to say. And use I'm going to use the Uni Pin Fine Line. It is waterproof, so you don't have to worry about watercolouring. So I'm just going to ink him in now, and then we can. Then you can. I'll rub out the lines, and you can see kind of how he looks. Okay, I whizzed through the inking him in so that you didn't have to kind of sit and watch that, because you'd always see me draw him. So yeah, he just looks a little bit tidier now, so you can't see all the multiple lines. Yeah, and he obviously, you don't have to ink it in if you don't want to. I do, and that has kind of like that has kind of become part of my style, I guess. And one of the main reasons that I do ink is for photographing purposes, for sharing with you guys, or collage sheets or collections and things, is because that then I've got like a contrast between the background that I can easily remove the background. Sip of tea. You don't have to if you don't want to. Entirely up to you, really. I'm going to colour him in now. I got my watercolour palette out, and then I was like, just suddenly looked over at my desk and I was like, and saw my brush pens. I feel like I might do a bit of ink pen work as well. My Jane Davenport Mermaid markers are downstairs. I thought I would have used those. This pen is metallic Caran d'Ache, and I got this as part of a set, although I don't know where the rest of them in the set have gone, typically, from the stationery show, and it's a really beautiful metallic, and I'm tempted to use this on him. Let's just do that, because it's a really, really pretty, see that? It is really, really pretty colour. It is quite nice. That is nice. Do recommend these. I need to find the rest of the set because they are really nice colours, and they are quite like juicy. Yeah, juicy. Yeah, I'm gonna go with juicy. Give him a nice bronzy metallic hat. I love that sound as well. I like the sound of the pen just. I don't know if the camera's picking up the metallic-iness very well of it, but there we go. Made me happy. I feel like he needs a different colour. I probably should have done a different colour on the bobble. Oh, is it weird to wear a hat the same colour as yourself? Yeah, because this colour is pretty much the same colour as the fox. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, so I'm going to watercolour the rest of him in then, because my pen skills are just not good. So he have not changed my water for ages, which is bad, very bad. I'm going to use a bit of grey, because I don't want to leave him his white bits. I don't want to leave them like stark white, so I'm just going to put them in grey. I'm using a really wet here because I want it really wet, and then I'm just going to go like that and take some of it off, so it just leaves like a subtle kind of hint that there's a bit of colour there. This is just a piece of kitchen towel. The only thing when you do this technique you need to watch out for is that on your towel, if you've got any other watercolour on there, it might react with the water that you're trying to take up, and sometimes you can leave like, so for example there's a bit of black here. There's a chance that if I was to use the black side it might have left a bit of black on there. You just have to watch that. I didn't ink in his tummy, but that's okay. I just think sometimes like a stark white, like white can sort of be a little bit unnatural. So yeah, that's why I just like to. Oh, my colours. Oh, my colours are all mixed up. Right, the grey is there. Right, that's better. Yeah, I like to kind of just do like a little bit of a hint that there's a bit of colour there. I just think like if it's like too stark white, I don't like it. Okay. So yeah, I used exactly the same colour on his hat. Never mind. Never mind. And my brush is a bit watery. There we go. So I'm literally just going to colour him in. Smudge. Never let that dry. Okay, so sometimes it's good when your watercolours wick and you get a nice wet on wet going, and other times you really don't want that. And I know these things. I've been watercolouring for years. I'm just impatient. So here on the tummy is where I'd be quite happy if it was to wick on wet wick, but it's not. It's only dry because this isn't watercolour paper. This is sketchbook paper, but you can watercolour on anything. There's like a lot of people are like, oh, you can't watercolour unless it's on like watercolour or mixed media paper, but you can watercolour on anything. As long as you know how to work with your paper, experiment. That is the only way of knowing what your paper can take, is experimenting with it, which is fun. We all like experimenting. Okay, so, yep, I am literally just going to be colouring him in now. Right, so the beauty of outlining in black means that you can always come back in again and put any details like back in that you've missed or anything. Yeah, I'm just going to put the details back in. As you saw, I regretted the choice colour hat. I totally regretted it. And I also, I thought this was going to be more orangey brown. Like a lot of the times when I'm doing stuff, I will, I'm not sure of the colour, I'll like do like little testers to see what the colours are like, and I didn't do that. I went straight in, and so he's a lot browner than perhaps I would have done a fox. I would have done a fox more orangey, but I still do really like the colour of him. He's a bit kind of more brown, but never mind, that's okay. So it ended up matching the hat exactly. So as you saw, I just went over in with acrylic paint, and this I don't have many acrylic paints at the moment because mine have all gone all dried up and gungy, and they're not good. I basically need to buy more paints. But this colour was sitting on my desk. It's basically my all-time favourite colour, and it just kind of sits on my desk, inspiring me and looking pretty. And so I just picked it up and went over the hat because I just was not loving the colour of the hat against him. But as you saw, like even now, this bit is much darker because the brush pens that I used, they are water soluble, and they were just reacting with the acrylic and just activating. But at first I was like, it's so annoying. But now I'm like, actually that's okay, because that's given us a slightly different tonal variation, so it's not like the same stark colour as the rest of his hat. You know, he's got like, you can see it's the rim of the hat, and because I'm putting those ribs, that like the ribbed lining back in the hat, I think it has all worked out okay actually in the end. I think he looks okay. Yeah, so just gonna finish off the scarf. I'm still debating on whether to go over his arms. I think his arms have been lost a little bit in the process, like the dark of the watercolour of his arms. So I might just go over his arm a bit there. So you can see his arms just a little bit more. Yeah, there he is. I'm happy with the little chap. He's 100% my style. He needs a bit of... I haven't got a decent white pen at the moment. This is okay. This is from Japan. It's called Glaze. I think I got it from Hobbycraft. It's not amazing. It's not amazing, but you know, I've got a white. What's this one? Gel Extreme. Are you any whiter? No, you're not any whiter at all. Rambling. So there we go. There's my little foxy, and now I've got space I can write or journal or do something else with. Maybe, I've got a couple of photos printed out. I would have to use this one because I've used that one there. I've already used that one there. I've got a couple of photos printed out because I wanted to do some journaling with some of my Brimbles kit about tea. So I printed off a couple of photos of me with my tea. So yeah, I could use this one somewhere on the page with my journaling. That would be kind of cool, I think. So yeah, I might do that, but I was going to do that for YouTube because I wanted to kind of like show off my collection, like my tea drinking season. So yeah, I was gonna do that. I was gonna do that for YouTube, and you guys on the I think it was a $10 tier, I did a bonus journal with me video as well. So you've already seen a bit of my journaling and how I do that. So yeah, there we go. I hope you have enjoyed. Just having a little bit of look at my style and everything, and then like a little tutorial on how to draw a fox in my style. I hope that's something that you've enjoyed with me. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.